everyone. Welcome back to Build. I'm your host, Brittany Jones-Cooper, and I am so excited for today's guest. Supermodel turned media mogul Tyra Banks is here to talk about her new movie, Life Size 2, A Christmas Eve, which she also executive produced. The film brings back Eve, the iconic doll that magically comes to life to help Grace, a young CEO, find her confidence and save her toy company. Let's take a look.
It's me, Eve, and I'm your special friend.
It's time for you to go because I'm pretty sure you're crazy.
Crazy for you, Gracie girl.
What did you just call me?
Only your mom calls you Gracie girl.
Can you please just leave me alone now?
I'm here to help you, Gracie girl.
Quit calling me that.
Are you gonna introduce us to your lady friend?
Hi, new friends. I'm Eve. I'm a doll.
Excuse me? That's liquid butter.
I love her. I've never met a woman like you.
Eve, we gotta go. Well, I want you to be my extra special friend.
I got no inhibition. I'm feeling free. I'm strong. I'm confident.
You're the best friend a doll could ask for. Your total's $12,485.
Card number 123456789.
Everyone, give it up for Tyra Banks. Hi, everybody. How are you?
I am so good. I love coming here.
Oh, we love having you.
I really love it here. Y'all got some good snacks too.
Such good.
They have such good snacks.
Did you go in the
dressing
fridge
room.
too?
No.
Oh, there's some good juices in there.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Coconut water and stuff.
Oh,
We got you.
dang. It's like healthy, you know, here, but still kind of bad.
Right, like borderline healthy.
Yes,
that's the
borderline.
best.
Yes.
So Life Size 2, I'm one of those girls who grew up with the first one, and so watching Life Size 2 was so much fun because I felt like you took us into consideration.
Yes.
You continued the story for the original fans, but then brought something so new and exciting.
You wrapped it up. That's exactly
good. So
what.
we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you recently had a premiere, I know, and
Yeah.
you got to see audiences see it for the first time. So what was that like?
Oh my gosh. So, you know, when you're a producer, you're working with script and then you're on set and you're producing and then me, you know, being in it too. And then there's editing and you're in an editing bay in a dark room about the size of this chair with 5 other people. And so to see it finally out and see people laughing on the joke that I might have written myself or had the editor pause, hit the joke, okay, cut to Gracie's face, then cut to, and then to see them react, I'm like, oh my gosh. And also it shows me that comedy is so scientific and so mathematical. And there's certain things in the movie where I'm like, oh my God, they were laughing so big. I knew exactly that they were gonna do that. And then there are moments when I was like, I don't know, is this funny? And you get a little chuckle. I'm like, I knew I should have changed that. Yeah.
It's a learning process.
Yes.
And then is that something that was new for you being an EP on this movie versus the first one?
Yes.
You had a little more input in the creative
A little bit more?
A lot more.
Yeah. The first one, I was an actress or a model child that they was acting for the first one. And this one, there's a lot of pressure because I was so sick, first of all. Yeah, so the movie was shot in Atlanta, and it's a Christmas movie, but we have all these warm clothes on, and we are sweating profusely. At the end of the day, our clothes were so soaking wet and so funky that you're apologizing to the costume department. I know this is stinky. I'm so sorry. But what am I talking about? I lost my way.
You said you were so sick.
Yes, thank you.
I got you.
That was very Neo. So sick. I had a really, 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 really bad something I didn't know. And so I took an Uber in LA the night before my flight. I took an Uber to the emergency room by myself. And I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I gotta get on a plane tomorrow. And they look at me and they're like, they put a wrist thing with my name on it. What do you call that in the hospital? They checked my ass in. The night before I had to get on the plane for Life Size, and they tested me for pneumonia and all this kind of stuff. It turned out I just had a bad cold. But for the first 3 weeks of the movie, I'd be like, I'm Eve, and I'm your special friend. It was disgusting. I had to continue to apologize to my team. But thank God nobody else got sick.
Yeah, and you can't tell. You brought the energy in the film, so kudos to you. I know this was really labor of love. You've been working on this film, I read, for 5 years.
5 years.
So what was that process like? Why did it take so
Yes.
long?
Well, it took so long. Well, at first it was at the Disney Channel because that's where the original life-size movie didn't premiere. The original life-size movie premiered on network television, on ABC, totally network television. Then it went into reruns on the Disney Channel, and like every damn near Saturday it was constantly playing, and that's when it became a cult classic, and all these girls and guys would watch it and go, "Oh my God, I love this movie." So the network was like, okay, it's going to be on Disney Channel. And that was like 4 years of that. Then I got a phone call and they said, "I'm so sorry, Tyra, we're not going to make life size." And I was like, I spent 4 years of my life working with 5 different writers and 5 different scripts, and you guys are not going to do this. They're like, no, hold up. I didn't exactly do that. I was like, okay. But then they said that they felt it should be on Freeform because the audience that watched it when they were little kids has now grown up and watches Freeform, and they're right, because look at you. So they were right.
And let's talk about Freeform in a second, because it definitely ties in. Let's talk about the plot for
Yes.
Life Size 2.
Yes.
Because there's some similarities, but it's a grown-up version.
Yes. It's a grown-up version, yeah. So it was important for me to bring business in. I went to business school. I went to this owner-president management program at Harvard Business School and had this wonderful executive education that like changed my life. And so I wanted to bring business into this script. So Gracie is the heir apparent to a Fortune 500 toy company. So think like Toys R Us or something like that. We were very inspired by the problems that they were going through as we were writing this script and working on the writers are writing the script. So the toy company is in crazy disrepair. She inherits the company as the CEO because her mother goes to jail for insider trading. And she's like, what the hell? I don't want this. And this is the company that kind of took my mother away from me. My mom was never there. She was working all the time. And so I feel so like I hate this. And so she was sad. She lost her mom. And in the beginning of the movie, you think her mom's kind of dead, kind of. She's in jail, you know. And Eve comes to life to show her, claim your name. You are the heir apparent to this throne that you are capable of ruling. You just need to get it together and learn how to love again and learn how to, look forward to the next day. And so Eve helps her to see that. And then her mom will, we'll find out. You got to watch the movie about her mama in the jail.
And you mentioned her mama, and that was in the first film too. Eve sort of steps in where there's a motherly void to sort of help guide a young woman to something. You're a mother now. Did that change how you approached Eve?
Me being a mom did not really change so much how I was like relating to Francia, the girl that plays the woman that plays Eve. It played into how I played Eve, like my mannerisms and stuff. Like the first Eve, I was more like this, and this one I'm more like, and it's because of my son. Because I have a 3-year-old little boy, and I realized I was emulating him in his facial expressions and how he reacts to me. So it's really weird. You'll see my son if you see Life Size 2.
I love that. That's so cute. And you mentioned Francia. She nails it. I love her on Grownish, which is also on Freeform. So what was the casting like with that? Why was she the perfect person?
You know, it's so interesting. When I said that I loved this girl and wanted to use her, I didn't even think about her being on Grownish at Freeform. So it wasn't like a business Freeform thing. They didn't push her down our throat or anything. We just looked at so many different actresses. And I didn't want to cast race. Didn't want to say that she needed to be this, that, or this. I was like, you know what? Like, as a black model, a lot of the times it was like, okay, we need a black girl. We're going to do Tyra, blah, 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 And I was like, I don't want to do that. I want to find the best person. So we auditioned so many people and looked at so many, like, really big names. And then I just was like, Francia just has that thing where she can make you laugh. She's goofy. She tears up. We're crying with each other on set, like, while the cameras are rolling and we're shooting. She just has that effect. And so I really wanted her in the end.
She's so versatile.
She's so versatile. And then after we casted her, I was so excited that she has a partial Mexicana background. So she's Mexican. And I was like, let's make sure to lean into that. That, she has a scene with her mother and they're like speaking Espanol. One of my favorite lines is she's like, Mama, a muñeca? You had a muñeca? That was my only friend. Spanish speaking, what's up, hola, hola. But yeah, so there's words, and I was like, I just want you to ad-lib in that scene. I want you to show, that Latina, that you guys are billionaires, and you're Latin, and you have this toy company, and habla español ahora en esta scene.
Sí. And Freeform, I feel like, was a perfect network for this because it was like a little mature in some parts. So was that fun to kind of write certain lines that were like a little, more mature and a little more fun?
Oh, yeah. So
I don't want to give too much away, but.
Don't want to give too much away, but our writers, we told them to push. In fact, Stacy, one of our writers, she really went there. We're like, oh, okay, wait, come back, but not R. But I love the fact that she just kept pushing. And then we do punch-ups on set, and so I'd take the script and kind of add little things and punch jokes up and stuff. And so it was nice to do that, yeah.
How did you balance how much to bring from the original movie into this one? Because there are little callbacks, like butter is the theme in the second one, like it was in the first.
Yes.
So what was that balance like?
Well, what I did is I watched the original movie methodically with a pad and paper and was looking for those points that I know that you guys as fans, what I thought you really connected to, and I'd write that down. And then I was like, we can't just do that again. How do we take that to the next level? It's very similar to America's Next Top Model. It's like, okay, you guys might have liked this type of photo shoot. You made a snake photo shoot. I'm not necessarily going to do snakes again, but maybe we're going to do snakes slithering down there and you're swinging from a rope and you're doing a backflip. So it's like taking it to the next level. So we're taking the joke to the next level or calling it back, but going somewhere with it.
There was a little America's Next Top Model line in there as well, if I'm right.
Yeah, but we're not going to say what that is.
I won't say it, but I saw it and I was like, yeah, I know what that's from.
That got the biggest reaction at the premiere.
Oh, good.
There is a scene where Eve of today is calling Sunnyvale for backup and help, the doll world where she lives in this fictitious place. And then there's the original Eve from the last movie that had a make under with a pink little sweater. If you guys are life-size fans, you'll know she had bangs and a little pink sweater. Yeah, a bob. And she used to be sweet like this, and now she is the CEO of Sunnyvale, honey. She's the boss. And she lets Eve of today have it with a very iconic line from America's Next Top Model.
A meme-worthy line, if that helps at all. Yeah. Lindsay Lohan, we know, was in the first one. She's not in the second one. There's, again, a little nod to her.
Yes.
I know that was a conversation you had, having her in this one. What kind of was the final say on that?
We had many conversations. I mean, mostly with, tweeting. Oh, not tweeting. What do you call it? DMs and texting each other, a lot. And then we had real conversations on the phone, and I loved these conversations because she literally was at the beach of her clubs, and I could hear the music, in the air, and I'm like, what do you think about this scene? She's like, oh, wait, Tyra, hold on a second. She's like, the mayor of Greece town is coming for a second. Hold on. So we were discussing scenes, and she was about to do it, but then she got this MTV show, and she couldn't leave. And I'm like, you have no idea. That was heartbreaking. I'm like, we need you here. So we figured out creative ways to still incorporate her.
But I also love that Lindsay is being a boss in her own life.
I
right?
love that.
She is her own CEO.
I
her own
love
career
that. She found something that is growing and has some sustainability. It's not just one club. It's beach clubs.
And has us all wanting to go to Mykonos.
Yes, and all wanting to do the dance.
I know, right? Good. It's so good. Speaking of dancing, Life Size 2 also comes with a companion music video.
Oh, yes.
So I think we have a clip of it because it is so much fun. Let's check that out.
Dress me up, H to T, dance all night, club I'll be, with my chick, Gracie girl, ASPF in this world. Get up, girl, you the air, be in charge, fix that hair, claim your name, fight them fights, Eve be with you day and night. Buy me.
Dress me up, H to T. I
Dance
know.
all night, club I'll be, with my chick, Gracie girl, ASPF in this world. Get up, girl, you the air, be in charge, fix that hair, claim that name, fight them fights, E be with you day and night. Yeah. You know it already.
I do, but I got a little nervous rapping with you.
Oh, it's okay.
So tell me about that because in the movie there's a full scene and you go full Cardi and it's amazing. So tell me about writing that rap. Because I heard you did that.
I don't know if I did it. Maybe I did. But it was really important to take it to the next level. Yeah. And I know that people really love the first song. I don't know why. I'm being honest. I had to sing it. You like the original? He's saying he likes the original.
Right.
Thank you. But I'm like, but I was like, okay, well, let's take what they love and keep the chorus, like how Jay-Z kept the chorus and it's a hard knock life for us. Right, remember it's the same. And then he spit on the verse and, and the breakdowns and all that. So that's what I did. Yes.
Again, though, I feel like it perfectly ushered this into 2018, along with some of the new Eves that are unveiled in that same scene.
Oh, yeah. We got Love is Love Eve.
We got Woke Eve.
We got Woke Eve.
We got Curvy Eve.
Yes, we got Curvilicious Eve.
CEO Eve.
CEO Eve. We got Hippity Hop Eve.
So why was that important for you to show all these different versions of women and kind of to inspire this new generation of girls?
Yeah, I wanted to because I think the whole doll thing is very controversial, and there's like a very narrow type of beauty when it comes to a doll. So I really wanted to show so many different types of occupations and body types as well when it comes to the doll. Got short, thick, and what is it? Short and tall. No. Thick and thin. Short and tall. Oh my God, I can't do my own lyric.
I didn't memorize that verse, Tyra.
Oh, you didn't? You should.
And then something about a butt, and then.
Oh yeah, dimple booty.
Yeah, there you go.
Dimple booty, love it all. Let me tell you about that dimple booty scene. So, I have a lot of cellulite, and I'm just a master at covering it. When I did the Victoria's Secret fashion show back in the day, a lot of the models used to get jealous because I used to have these big trains and stuff, and they thought that I was getting preferential treatment, but I was just whispering to the stylist, like, cover my dimples and my booty, cover my dimples. So that's what I did every single fashion show. I've never walked down with just panties on. It was always a little something, always something. And so for this video, there's a line I wrote that says, dimple booty, love it all. And I was like, I told the team on the set and the director, I'm like, I want to show my cellulite. I want to show it. But then my makeup artist, Valente, he put makeup all on my booty and shimmers and sparkles. And the director of photography put the lighting perfectly. And it fills up all the dimples so you can't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
No. I was like, oh my God, I like this. That looks so good. I was like, but this is not what we were going for. So it's so interesting that they made it so lit, like a photo shoot, that it's not dimply, but y'all, it is.
Why was that important for you to show that, though?
I honestly was nervous. I honestly was nervous. I've been raw. I've done no makeup, hair, everything, but I think that is my most insecure thing for me physically is the cellulite on my butt. Like, if I have a new boyfriend and, we're laying in bed and I need to go to the bathroom, like I say, you're him, right? I'm like, but very smooth, right. Because it's an insecurity thing that I have. And I kind of dive toward things that make me a bit uncomfortable because I know it's going to make somebody else comfortable. And so that's what I did, except the lighting was too good.
I love that you've done that your entire career, and I can pinpoint those same moments you just mentioned. So I love that you were even willing to do that in the video, even though the lighting was too good. I think we have a couple audience questions.
Okay.
So let's go to them before we get out of here. We got one.
Hi.
First. Hi.
Love your hair. Wish they can see you. You have like
Thank
a
you. I just cut
head.
it.
Good.
Great.
First, I just want to say thank you for existing. You're my career role model. It's an honor to have you in this room. Like, wow. I was curious. So after kind of accomplishment to accomplishment, like, is it lonely at the top? Does it ever feel bittersweet, or is it just as shiny as it looks?
Oh, it's quite lonely. Like being the boss and stuff is very, very lonely. It's so lonely. I joined a group many years ago called YPO, which is Young Presidents Organization, and it's a bunch of CEOs and entrepreneur owners that get together once a month and sit in a room and just cry and talk and share because you don't really have that many people to do that with because we have to be strong and supportive of our team members and our staff. And so, yeah, it can get a little lonely, but it's all right. Netflix and chill sometimes takes care of it.
Is there somebody in the industry that has helped you kind of get used to that, or told you like this is coming, or gave you advice?
I have mentors, but it's a little bit more sporadic. Oprah, I've called her about something very personal many years ago. Called Richard Branson about helping me to find a CEO, and he's connected me to some people that can possibly run a company that I'm starting. But it's not like I call them all the time. Just like you guys might reach out to somebody and feel like I don't want to be a nuisance. You know, so it's like I called Oprah and then I haven't called her in 3 years. You know what I mean? And that's not what you're supposed to do. When you are a mentee and you have a mentor, it is your job to keep them updated on what you're doing. And I don't do a good job of that because I don't want to be a burden. Yeah.
It's also Oprah, so
Yeah.
she's got a lot going on too.
Yeah.
Next question.
Hi, Tyra. Michael
Hi.
David, you are absolutely beautiful.
Thank
We've
you.
literally been watching you since we were little kids. So
Aw.
just thank you for being, a really good role model for all of us.
Thank you.
Now, what advice can you give to young models like me who are just trying to find their way in the industry and not trying to always meet the labels and try to, just be themselves and not work for something that they're not?
Well, today's day, there are so many brands. There are so many things that you can work for, and I think the first brand and the most important brand is your personal brand. And honing that and figuring out what makes you different. What can you do, particularly on social media, particularly on Instagram? What can you do that makes you stand out? Because there will be a client that would like that. We're not in a day and an age where everything has to be cookie cutter and everything has to be the same. The weirder, the wackier, the more different, the more special you will be and the more success I think you will have. Yeah,
so much.
You're welcome.
What role, if any, do you think Instagram would have played on your modeling career when you started out?
Oh gosh, if I would have been so exhausted because I feel for you models today. Like back in the day, I could go to work in a hoodie, a Mark Zuckerberg hoodie and some overalls and my Tim boots and a Gilligan hat. And that was fine, because it was about what you were going to do on that set or what you were going to do on that runway. Now, every moment from waking up in the morning to putting on the cool clothes to walk into the photo shoot, it is tiring. But unfortunately, that's where the world is now, and that's what you have to do. But I would have just been even more tired, and I was exhausted. I had dark circles under my eyes every day from exhaustion back then.
It sounds exhausting. Next question.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want to start off by saying you were like the embodiment of female empowerment and a strong female, that's like so important now. But my question was, you said this took 5 years. So how did you feel when, you were finally ready and you finally completed everything and you knew like, I'm done. Like, how did you feel?
You know what? It was the premiere 2 nights ago. I'm looking at the room. They changed the whole theater's lighting, so the whole theater was glowing pink. So imagine hundreds and hundreds of people, and they're glowing pink. And the network president is talking about the movie and how important it is. And I actually got a little teary inside because I was like, this is real. And I know that you guys at home or people watching on your phone or on the subway or whatever you're doing right now, were mad. They were like, you've been saying this is coming forever. So even when I did the final, it really is coming, people didn't believe me. But now it's here. And I think it's because the Disney family, Freeform, the whole thing, this was so important to them because it was so important to all of you guys and to you. And they wanted to make sure we get it right. Because how many times have you seen a sequel and you're like, ooh, not good? And I don't think you're going to be saying that about Life Size 2. I think you're going to be like, wow.
Thank you. Next question.
Hi, Tyra.
Hi.
First of all, you were so funny at the Late Late Show with James Corden, and
Thank you.
And I really enjoy it. My question is, how has Eve evolved all the years since the first one?
Well, you know what? I don't want to give too much away, but there's a different type of Eve that's happening this time. It's a little bit of a switch. It's a little bit of a what? But the trailer kind of gives it away that she's a new Eve. She's not the Eve that was with Casey and Lindsay Lohan's character. She doesn't really know her. She knows the stories about that, but she doesn't know her. So she's experiencing the world for the first time. The first Eve in the original movie experienced it through a 10-year-old's perspective. This Eve is experiencing it from a 25-year-old's perspective. So there's dating and sexy stuff, and it's a whole different way that she's experiencing the world for the first time. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's my favorite line. I want you to be my very special
Oh,
friend.
my extra special
Yeah,
friend.
extra special
Yes.
friend.
That was an ad lib, actually.
Really? It's
Yeah.
good. It's hilarious. Next question.
Hi, I
Hi.
just wanted to say I was a huge fan of yours back in Victoria's Secret days. You were a very successful model.
Thank you.
You're one of the few that successfully transitioned into acting, and I was wondering, you were always in the spotlight, and I was wondering if this was just as challenging as it was being a model.
Acting?
If it makes sense.
No, that is a really good question. So modeling, it had its challenges, and you guys see that on America's Next Top Model. That was my life, and when I created that show, I wanted to show the world what those challenges are. But with acting, it is so hard for me because for so many years I was a host. And as you know, as a host, you're not really scripted. You just have to talk and riff and be real and be present. If somebody says something crazy, you can't be thinking about your next question. You got to listen and follow with that. So to get on a set and to have lines and have to memorize them, it makes me sweat. It makes me nervous. I have to like... And so I had a coach on Life Size 1, an acting coach, and I had a different acting coach on the sequel. The first coach, her name was Ivana Chubbuck. Hi, Ivana. Amazing. She coaches people to get Academy Awards. And so does Nancy Banks, who's not my cousin or my sister, but Nancy Banks coached me on Life Size 2. And without them, there'd be no Eve. Yeah, because I get really nervous.
Do you want to do more acting, or even do you want to EP more scripted content?
So I have a deal. I have a deal with UTV, Universal Television, and I will be producing scripted stuff for you guys and unscripted shows, and you have no idea the stuff I got planned. Whoop, whoop, it's going to be so good. And you know what? I used to say, I don't want to act. I'll just do life size. But I think I'm open to it now because I have so much fun, but I prefer to do characters or be funny or dark and dramatic. I can't just be like, hi, I'm Jane. Nice to meet you. Yeah, you want to go on a date? Oh, God, I'll die. Yeah, has to be something more.
Yeah. Next question.
Hi, Tyra. My name is Maisha. Thank you so much for joining us today. I've been a fan of yours forever. Now, my question is, in the first Life Size, Eve comes to life by this spell and her hair being brushed. And I'm wondering, at 25 for Gracie, how does Eve come alive? Are you able to share?
I mean, that's the rule, right? You need a spell and you need some hair. So that's the rule. But it's a good question because when we were working on the script, we weren't that detailed. And we were like, wait, the rules of the world are it's got to be some hair and it's got to be some, and so we made sure to stick to that rule. Good question. You should be a writer because we almost missed that and we were going to have her come awake some other kind of way that was really funny but made no damn sense.
And we have one last question before we go.
You excelled at so many fields. Is there a particular field that you would be concentrating more in the future, or maybe something totally new and radically new projects you would be pursuing?
Good question. Yeah, I like to think of myself as a Renaissance woman. So many of us are today. Actually, I teach personal branding at Stanford. So when I was talking to you about modeling and saying that the most important brand is not somebody that you're representing, but it's you. And I teach personal branding at Stanford Business School, and I've done it for 2 years, and that's something that I want to do more. I think that's my retirement. I think it's going to be teaching full time because I love that. I love teaching my students and then seeing them succeed. I think my first year I taught, I think 3 of my students were on either the Forbes or Fortune 30 under 30 list. So, and they used a lot of the principles that we taught them to get on that list. So I'm very proud of my students. Hi, y'all.
I have had so much fun chatting with you. I'm reading Michelle Obama's book right now.
I have it on my nightstand.
Yes. And just what she says about becoming is constantly evolving and you're becoming the person. And that's a life journey. And it's been so fun to just watch you continue to just innovate and create new things and also just be so loyal to the fans who love you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you for making this movie.
Welcome.
Your fans are going to love it. Life Size 2, A Christmas Eve premieres at 9 p.m. on December 2nd on Freeform.
Yes.
Give it up for Tyra Banks.
Thank you, everybody.